Stull, Kansas. Originally known as Deer Creek, Stull is a small Kansas town, located 10 miles west from the outskirts of Lawrence, Kansas. Stull was founded in 1857 by people of German ancestry, and is the location of the Evangelical Emmanuel Church, nearby Stull Cemetery. Two locations with an ominous reputation due to urban legends and eyewitness accounts involving Satan and the occult. Legends about Stull have been told for more than 100 years, but none were printed until November 1974, in an article in the University Daily Kansan. The article spoke of strange occurrences in the Stull churchyard, and that it was haunted by legends of diabolical and supernatural happenings. One of these involved the Prince of Darkness himself, who is said to appear inside of the cemetery. The Prince of Darkness was said to have first appeared in 1850, when a stable hand brutally murdered the unofficial mayor of Stull. He was stabbed to death. In the early 1900s, a farmer was burning one of his fields to clear his land, only to, tragically, find the charred remains of his own son on the soil. There was also a man who had gone missing for several days. He was eventually found in the Stull woodland, as his dead body was hanging from a tree. Residents and visitors have both claimed to have seen this man and experience a feeling of dread when walking through the same woods after dark. Both of these events occurred on the road that leads to the cemetery and was previously known as Devil's Road. It is believed by many to be cursed. Disturbing incidents such as these have deeply affected the small town of Stull. And as a result, Stull Cemetery is said to be a very haunted place, bordering on evil. Those who have visited the cemetery have recalled foul odors, dark shadows, voices, footsteps, unexplained noises, the feeling of being touched, memory loss, and full-bodied apparitions. Paranormal investigators who investigated the cemetery recalled having dreams and visions of the devil much long after their visit from the cemetery. The Evangelical Emmanuel Church was built in 1867 by the town's own Pennsylvania Dutch settlers on land donated to Stull by a man named Jacob Hildenbrand. The church was used to practice the Baptist religion until 1912, when the old stone church was abandoned, leaving its roof to fall in and its walls to crumble. Although the church had no roof since the 1920s, many people claim that rain will not fall within the walls of the church, leaving the church to be completely bone dry despite weather conditions. The church has also been said to be used by Satanists, witches, and cults to perform dark rituals, practice black magic, and to conduct black mass. The church was said to have glowed in an unholy light from the unholy masses being conducted inside of the church, and was considered as an omen of bad luck for the town. There is also a stairway that's located near the church on the right-hand side. Vegetation has grown over it over the years, making it difficult to access, but legend has it that the stairwell is a gateway to hell. It's said that if one drops a bottle down the steps, it will never reach the bottom. Visitors recalled not being able to reach the bottom of the stairs, despite how long they had been walking, feeling as if they've been there for a few moments. only to emerge learning several hours had passed, alongside feelings of disorientation and a force dragging them down the stairs. Before the land was used as a memorial ground, the trees on church grounds were allegedly used to hang those suspected of being witches, with the cemetery's largest pine tree being rumored as being the tree of choice to carry out the executions. The tree was described to have long hands and seemed to be reaching out to passers-by. The tree also grew through a headstone, splitting it in half. The tree and the church were both considered landmarks of evil and believed to aid those in their search of the gateway in cemetery. Modern covens have traveled to visit these trees in order to pay their respects to the witches hung in the churchyard, until 1998, when the tree was cut down and removed by the caretakers. Some believe that the early settlers practiced witchcraft on grounds of the cemetery, causing the land itself to be cursed, leaving the cemetery to become an evil and unholy place. Pope John Paul II declared the ground in Stull Cemetery to be so unholy that he forced his private plane to fly around the cemetery on its way to a public appearance in 1993. Many also believe the church was intentionally built over the alleged gateway in an attempt to seal it and to keep Satan out of the cemetery, who's said to use the gateway every spring and autumn to visit a demon child who's said to be buried in the cemetery. Legend states that this demon child was the son of a local witch and was born with extreme deformities, living only for a few days. Some have claimed to have seen the demon inside the cemetery, describing him as having red hair and animal fur. In the spring of 2002, the 29th of March, the church was discovered to have been mysteriously torn down. Major Vise, the man who now owns the property, stated that neither he nor his colleagues authorized the abandoned church to be demolished, and they were not informed that a demolition would take place. Residents nearby also stated that no noises were heard that would indicate a demolition was taking place. The old remains of the church simply disappeared, and no one was able to explain just how the demolition took place without anyone hearing a single sound. The disappearance of the church serves as the last true enigma of the bizarre history of both the church and Stull Cemetery. Less than 100 headstones currently remain in the small lot, but mystery lives on. Skeptics have stated that the stories involving Stull are nothing more than fabrications from professors and students of the university. But the property owners will not allow anyone to investigate the cemetery after dark, even if they have permission from the local police, leading some to suspect that perhaps something is being hidden.